What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to keep it pretty short and we're going to go over a few articles. We have Bitcoin outperforming every mainstream asset class in 2020, smaller Bitcoin wallets on the rise since the second halving, Telegram abandoning its Telegram open network and Gram tokens, and we will watch a very small portion of Michael Novogratz's interview with CNBC from yesterday. So without further ado, let's just take a quick look at the market, give it a quick refresh. So we're seeing Bitcoin dominance at 67.1%, so pretty much average for the time being, not much movement. Overall, the market for the big dogs trading sideways. We see some pretty good gains. Let me just change it right here. So we have the top performer for today, Theta with 19%. Electronium is actually doing very well. They're up 17%. Digibuy up 15%. Matic is doing pretty well with 13%. Waves with 13. Kyber with 13. And Nervos, Stellar, and the BAT token. So the altcoins are having a pretty good rally right now while Bitcoin is trading sideways. Not sure which way it wants to go quite yet. So let's check out our first article for today. Bitcoin is outperforming every mainstream asset class in 2020. The data posted to Twitter by Fundstrat's Thomas Lee shows Bitcoin to have outperformed every other asset class by at least 19%, with the Bitcoin having gained 39% since the start of the year. So we can see, according to this chart, that Bitcoin has outperformed every other asset class in 2019 and in 2020. There was a 92.2% on a return in 2019, and for the 2020 year-to-date return percentage, we're at 39%. So clearly we can definitely see that Bitcoin is going strong. Next piece of news, we have smaller Bitcoin wallets on the rise since the second halving. According to data from Glassnode posted on May 11th, the number of Bitcoin addresses with a balance of under 0.01 Bitcoin, approximately $86 at the time of writing, after the third halving increased by 235% when compared to the second halving in July 2016, exceeding 10 million. Those addresses with a balance between 0.01 and 0.1 Bitcoin, which is roughly $86 to $860, increased 204%, and the number of those with over 0.1 Bitcoin but less than 1 Bitcoin have increased 142%. So we definitely see the average person slowly accumulating Bitcoin. People aren't stopping. Like the halving has excited a lot of these newcomers to the market and hopefully gained some users back from the 2018 crash. Even the number of whales with addresses over 1,000 Bitcoin, which is 8.6 million at the time of writing, have increased 13.2%, while the number of wallet sizes between 100 and 1,000 Bitcoin, which is at least $860,000, only rose 6.3%. So that's also really good to see. We have individuals and retail with a lot of money, a lot of liquidity, investing heavily into Bitcoin and into the crypto space. And it is pretty significant to take note that the wallet addresses with over 1,000 Bitcoin are increasing more than the wallet addresses that only have 100 to 1,000 Bitcoin. You have a 13.2% increase for over 1,000, and you have only a 6.3% increase for those between 100 and 1,000. So we definitely see more bigger players, more whales coming into the market. Next piece of news, we have the Telegram abandons their open network and their Gram tokens. Per a May 12th message from the Telegram CEO Pavel Durov, I probably pronounced that wrong, The company is calling it quits on the Telegram open network in the linked Gram tokens following a lengthy battle with the United States Securities and Exchange Commission. After announcing the TON network and the Gram token back in 2017, Telegram is now officially terminating its involvement with the project. And this is a statement on behalf of the Securities Exchange Commission. The U.S. court declared that grams could be distributed not only in the United States but globally. Why? Because it said a U.S. citizen might find some way of accessing the TON platform after it launched. So to prevent this, grams shouldn't allow to be distributed anywhere in the world, even if every other country on the planet seemed to be perfectly fine with the Telegram open network. Telegram's CEO responded with this: "This court decision implies that other countries don't have the sovereignty to decide what is good and what is bad for their own citizens. If the United States suddenly decided to ban coffee and demanded coffee shops in Italy be closed because some American might come there, we doubt anyone would agree with this." So take it for what you will. It is kind of strange to see the United States shutting down the TON and the Gram token based on this alone. Just they don't want it globally. That way, not even their own citizens could have a chance to get it. But we have other websites, we have other services that aren't supposed to be used by United States citizens, but you can still access them using a VPN. So it's kind of hypocritical, but like I said, take it for what you will. Last piece of news, we have a clip from Michael Novogratz's interview from yesterday with CNBC. It's a 6-minute, 40-second video. I'm not going to play all of it. I'm going to play a very, very short clip from it. If you want to watch the whole interview, I will have the link for it in the description below.
I wanted to ask you in terms of, Ethereum contracts started trading today, and I'm wondering if you are in that trade at all and what you see for some of the other cryptocurrencies aside from Bitcoin.
Listen, I have a smaller position in Ethereum, and I think, Bitcoin has this lane of store of value, and because of it, it's almost a finished product. There's nothing that has to happen for Bitcoin to get better. The other projects, Ethereum being the most promising and second biggest, really continue to need to develop the underlying technology so it's used more often. Right? Ethereum is right now used for decentralized finance. There's about a little less than $1 billion of DeFi, or $600 million of DeFi on Ethereum, and all the stable coins have moved over there. So there's $9 billion of stable coins. And so that's a big deal. As the Ethereum project grows, I think the value will go up, but I don't think it's today's news. I think it will get dragged along with Bitcoin, but it won't accelerate on its own, probably for a year or two until it really gets users on the platform. And that'll get valued more like Facebook. It'll be a social network. It'll be a network effect. The more programmers, the more coders, the more businesses built on it, the value will go up.
Okay. One quick question for the traders before I let you go.
Pretty understanding thing for Michael Novogratz to say, just waiting for more developers, programmers to build dApps and programs and smart contracts onto the Ethereum blockchain. So pretty average, pretty good, but at least he's optimistic for the future for if more developers come on to the Ethereum network. That is it for me, you guys. Thank you so much for watching my video today. If you liked it, I encourage you to give it a thumbs up. If you disliked it, give it a thumbs down. Tell me your thoughts in the comments below, and please be sure to subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching again.